How's everyone doing this morning? I had an amazing Facebook Live yesterday. I hope you got a chance to check it out. I talked a lot about coaching, what coaching is, why one gets a coach, and what a coach would do for you. I just can't scream loud enough from the highest mountaintop how important it was for me to get a coach. So I want to impart all of my wisdom on you as much as I possibly can and tell you honestly, if you're feeling stuck and if you have a vision of a more extraordinary life than what you're already living, a coach can take you from good to great. A coach can take you from great to extraordinary. So get a coach. Okay, but whatever, that's amazing. A few things that really resonated from that live yesterday though, is what I'm going to talk about today. But first, green juice. And let me tell you, in addition to getting a coach, drink green juice. Yeah, sure, you'll lose weight and your skin will probably clear up and there's gonna be a lot of amazing benefits for you. But guys, the reason why I have green juice every day is for my mental clarity. And that's gonna lead into what I'm gonna talk to you about today, which is focus. But mental clarity is not only mental clarity for focusing, but it's also sort of regulating my emotions, right? It's keeping my mood even keeled. It's keeping me choosing happiness and positivity in my life. So I really think that, especially the celery juice and basic ass celery juice alone, it does a ton to regulate your hormones. And I know that that has something to do with regulating my mood and providing mental clarity for me today. So just fucking please, once a day, drink a really big fat green juice and have a salad, and you're gonna start to see major changes. And guys, I have been doing this now for like 3 months, and if I don't have my green juice every day, I can feel the difference. Okay, so I wanna talk about focus and distractions. So I brought up something on the live yesterday that people were like, oh, holy shit. So something I had learned recently at a seminar hosted by Carolyn Rim called Spark Your Rockstar. She's incredible. So she was saying right before we were going to listen to Joseph McClendon III, the guru of all gurus for me, before he was coming on, she was like, please do everyone a favor and for the next 90 minutes, truly focus on the subject at hand. Truly focus on this amazing person delivering you wisdom to help you create lasting change and make all your dreams come true. That's a really important thing for your life, right? People spend hundreds of thousands of dollars going to a university, spend $400 to listen to somebody distill all of the right lifestyle shit for you. Pay attention, right? Pay attention. So what she said though was notice what is actually a distraction, which is usually you being triggered by something. Usually you avoiding something. So she was saying something to the effect of, if you feel like you gotta get up and go to the bathroom again, you feel like you've gotta take a drink of water repeatedly, shuffling papers, writing down notes, checking your phone. These things are really amazing indicators that you probably need to lean in. And all we want when we want change is to notice the changes that we need to make, because guys, we need to be a bit of a different person to get different things out of our lives, right? So we have to be able to interrupt the patterns and the conditioning that we already have in order to make positive change and lasting change in our life, right? So in order to interrupt a pattern, you have to be aware that you have a pattern and that you have conditioning. And so these moments are when you're sitting there and you're being educated on how to change your life. And maybe that's watching me, maybe that's taking an online course, maybe that's sitting with your coach, or maybe that's attending a seminar. If you're eating, drinking, peeing, distracting, being okay with interruptions, something's going on and you're not paying attention to it because it's striking a truth inside of you, a truth that maybe you don't want to face. But I gotta tell you, man, the only way to manage shit is to face it head on and move through it. You can't go around it. You can't take a fucking Advil. You've got to face it head on and handle it. And then guess what? It dissipates and it goes away because you're done with it. The lessons learned, and now you get to move on. Green juice. So I'm doing celery, ginger, pear and apple today. I'm loading it up because I have like a really big day and I'm gonna try to eat a salad later, but I gotta get some effing nutrients in this body. Okay, so and another person followed up with me after my live yesterday to talk about distractions. And so what I'm feeling in this person's life is they have a ton of knowledge, a lot of competing commitments, meaning like they've got a coach, they're attending seminars, they're going to, Unleash the Power Within, they're headed to Date with Destiny. That's another Tony Robbins event. There's no shortage of options and possibilities and opportunities. How do you focus on something so you can truly start to implement these changes? So one thing that I have worked on repeatedly in my mastermind group is my focus. And I am just like you, and you know who I'm talking to, where I was taking the courses, going to the seminars, have 3 coaches, do the challenges, take free webinars, reading all the books, all the things, Nicole, all the things, right? That's too fucking much. And I read this book called The One Thing, and it really does help you choose, right? So there's always going to be an endless amount of information for you. Could you choose? Could you just find your intuition and your confidence that you could choose one path to pay attention to, one area of your life to improve? You'll start to see that ripple effect on everything. So, okay, you want to feel better in your body. What's one thing that you can do? Put the books down, stop the videos, fuck the gym memberships. What's one thing that you could do to feel better in your body? And how can you create a habit around that with focus every single day? So for me, with my business, I was incredibly distracted. And I'll tell you why the distractions were happening to me, you guys, is because I was scared. I was scared of putting myself out there. Can you believe that? Look what I do every day. This is very different than for me to ask you to be my client, right? This is a very passive way to ask you to be my client. I have to use my big words. I have to tell you that I'm available as a coach. I have to tell you what I can do for you to get you further faster. I have to present myself to you, and then you have an opportunity to reject me. And for me, rejection is failure, and rejection is not being loved and accepted and cared for. Not anymore, but in my old limiting belief mind, that's true. That was a truth for me until I unraveled that truth. And the reality is if I really truly want to build a business and I'm truly called to be a coach for you, I have to let you know that I'm available. And maybe today you'll work with me, and maybe next week, or maybe you'll work with another fucking awesome coach and you'll get what you need. Maybe I can't give you exactly what you need right now, but you can go find it, right? So for me to get distracted from actually going out and doing that, which, it's fear, I then had to create systems and habits to cultivate in order to work through that fear through action. And then of course, build my business better, right? So that is what I created is a 3 to Thrive. I did this with my Tony Robbins coach. 3 things that I'm going to do every day that when I feel overwhelmed or I feel I'm in fear or I feel I know I'm going to distractions. And remember, you've got to work on getting this awareness in your life through meditation, through quieting the fuck down, letting a few things go and taking things off your plate. So you've got the space and awareness to see these things that are coming up for you. So now I know every day I connect with at least 5 people. Every week I connect with 25. I let them know who I am. I'm not selling you anything. I just want you to know that I'm available to you. You want to go further, faster, you want to go from good to great and from great to extraordinary? I can help you do it because I've done it. I've learned from 3 of the most amazing coaches in the world and their coaches. I've read all the books. I would say at least 500 fucking self-help books or personal development books. Taken courses. I'm an apprentice. That's what happens. Anyway, so I have to not distract myself so I can get to what I need to get done. But what I'm saying really is if you find yourself being distracted and unfocused, you're in fear about something. And I know that seems trite and fucking simple because it is. There's only 2 things, fear and love. Where are you? Where are you out of love? Where are you out of integrity? So if you're finding yourself continually distracted, you're probably afraid of whatever it is you're keeping yourself from. Or you're also a perfectionist. You're distracting yourself from getting something done because you think you're not going to do it perfectly the first time. You're not going to do it perfectly the first time. Newsflash. Elon Musk continues to try to go to space further and further and further. He's afraid to fail. Through the failure is where he's going to get to the success. Also, as I'm saying this, I realize you teach what you most need to learn. When I give advice, it's often the advice I need to hear. But I just like that really struck a chord with me. Like the easy distractions is because we're afraid. We're afraid. And we're all really scared of stuff. So there's no shame or guilt in identifying that you're in a fearful place. But noticing that and then going, what am I afraid of? Step outside of that moment. What am I afraid of? Stepping outside of my body going, why am I so afraid to ask for a client? What is that, Sarah? Where's the truth? Where am I out of integrity? What's real here? And the real thing was I was so attached to other people's approval that the rejection meant I wasn't loved, I was a failure, and I was gonna die. Like that is how deep that fear went for me. But going outside and be like, whoa, that's not real. Go back in time to what other moments you've had in your life where you've worked through that fear. Call up that strength. So if you find that you're distracted, try to interrupt that pattern for a moment and look and see, what am I really distracting myself from? What am I really picking up so I can put something bigger down? Where am I out of integrity and where am I out of love? I went on for a really long time today. I got so much inside me to share with you. All right, guys, go out there, drink green juice, be healthy, be clear, fall in love with yourself, ask yourself where you're out of integrity, and do something about it. If you ever watched John Taffer on Bar Rescue, do something about it. He's probably my first guru. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day.